Okay, so just got this thing home. Thought I'd make a video. Thought I'd go over something that I haven't seen anybody really go over on YouTube, Facebook, or anywhere like that. But you get yourself a brand new tractor. It's been sitting for a while. Here's what I think are the first things you should do. One, change the oil. If it looks brand new, it don't matter. You don't know how long it's been sitting there. Any moisture that's in the crankcase is just going to mix with it and just cause parts to prematurely wear out in your motor. Another thing, well, if it doesn't run, you're going to be pulling the carburetor apart. But if anything, you should take whatever fuel is in there. If it doesn't smell anything like gasoline should, drain the tank, flush the whole thing out, even rinse out the tank with water. Just make sure you let it air out for a day and get all the water out of it. Blow the lines out if you have an air compressor. And then spark plugs, you can just pull those out, check them. Linkages and whatnot, well, that's just common safety things, but big two things are just fuel and oil. Bad fuel is going to run like crap. Bad old oil is just going to cause damage to your motor. So I got this thing home. Buddy wants me to keep him updated in the progress of its build, and I'll show you what I found, because we knew that this thing was in rough shape. You guys might get a kick out of it, and some people might be a little squeamish when they see it. So first thing I did when I got the thing home was I drained the oil. Now it's a nice, I don't know, a brownish gray color from all the water that was in the motor. And change the oil, run it for probably a day or two with just clean oil in it, and then change it again to try and get all of this out, because that gray tint is from moisture in the oil, and as the engine was running or just it sitting, it got churned into it. That moisture in the oil is just going to deteriorate the oil's ability to actually properly lubricate all the components in your motor. I mean, yeah, sure, you get a tractor, you want to go play with it, or you want to use it to do stuff. If you want the motor to last, you're going to want to make sure that it's got nice clean oil. Now, as far as the carburetor goes, all this white soot and whatnot that's in there, you'd probably want to pull your carburetor all apart, clean that all up. Because I noticed with this thing, when I put this at full choke, the butterfly valve up here would actually get caught on all the rust and corrosion. And obviously moisture in the fuel will also cause havoc in the carburetor. Focus. Not going to focus. So pulling it apart and just checking it over before you actually do anything's probably good practice. Now, one thing I've seen a few people do to these carburetors in particular, and I'm just going to point this out right now, is I've seen people put the adjuster screw out of older style carburetors. I'll probably snip in a video clip of what I'm talking about. The one with the actual needle in it, so that they can adjust the fuel mixture. Now, that's a set mixture jet in there. If you're putting an adjuster or like an adjustable needle into that, all you're going to do is lean out your fuel. If you want more fuel, you got to drill that out. I'm not saying that anybody should even do that, like, unless they have a good running knowledge of how a combustion engine runs and like actually knows how to properly tune a carburetor. They shouldn't do anything except for clean and maybe replace a few parts. Like, racing wise, I've seen people actually put like a 3-inch tube off the end of this, because you run out of fuel to that jet, your engine's going to stall out, because the fuel goes through that jet into the venturi, because that little jet, okay, of course the camera doesn't want to play nice, but if you can see it down in there, that little jet connects to that little tube in behind the choke valve. and it's just blurry. Yeah. So you don't have fuel to that, you don't have fuel going into your motor. So people actually put a tube on the end of this thing, because when they're going around a corner, the fuel all rushes to the one side of the bowl. And then when you come back, when you straighten out, the fuel just all wants to go to the other side. Sorry about that. Yeah. Lawnmower racing, a lot of left turns. So you go around a corner, all the fuel goes this way. You go out to the other side, all the fuel rushes that way, pulling away from that jet, choking out your engine. Put the tube on there, that way that tube's full of fuel. When you go straighten out, go down the straight stretch, when the fuel all flows back to the other side of the carburetor, it doesn't starve that jet. Cool little trick. Yeah, I've used it on a couple of my machines.